World Resources Institute is a think tank based in Washington, D.C. that focuses on the intersection of people and the environment. We've been around for about 30 years now. We have offices around the world. We have about 500 dedicated staff that are focused in 6 key areas that are looking at our planet's future. We focus on food, we focus on forests, we focus on water, energy, cities, and climate. And so it's really looking at these 6 major themes that really do comprise where we are today on our planet and where we would like our planet to be. So part of what we're looking at is, with the population growth that's projected to 2050, with the consumption increase that's projected to 2050, how do we then ensure that from a food perspective, a forest perspective, energy, water, cities, and climate, that we're taking into account all these shifting demographics and all these shifting patterns and thinking through what does need to be counted, scaled, and changed in order to have a planet that's thriving in 2050 and more equitable for the people on the planet. Count it, change it, scale it is essentially the motto we use at the World Resources Institute to talk about our work. The count it is to root in analysis, to not root in opinion, but really to increase the evidence base in counting what is happening, whether that's deforestation through the Global Forest Watch tool, whether that's counting restoration that's happening in the forest, to be able to count what's happening, take stock of a baseline of where you are. Then, if there's something happening that is not good, which is often the case with our environment these days, think about how to change it. How to change it even at a small scale. So now that you've counted it and you know where your starting point is, what can you change? What are the elements politically, socially, financially? What can be changed to make the situation better, even at a smaller scale? Prove the results in a few cases, yeah? And then scale it is, what are those barriers to achieving the kind of planetary scale we need to really change our environment? And so with that, and then we count it again. As we're scaling it, we continue to count it. And so really, I think it's a very nice methodology that says, before you try to change it, take stock of what it is, exactly what it is, precisely, so that when you change it, you can count again to say, this is how it's going to change.
You can actually measure your success.
That's right. Yes, our forest program has been around for about 25 years now at the World Resources Institute. We have 3 what we call signature initiatives that we're focused on. One is focused on avoided deforestation, and this is where we're providing a tool called Global Forest Watch, which allows for near real-time data that is tracking forest loss around the world. We have a program focused on restoration that's looking at how then, for the 47% of forests that have been lost or degraded, how then can we start to bring those forests back within the landscape? And then we also have a program focused on forest legality, and making sure that as we do try to meet the soaring demands for fiber and wood products, that we're doing that legally. That's happening not from protected areas, but it's happening in a well-understood way, and that is happening legally around the world. So Global Forest Watch is a tool that leverages data from the Landsat satellite, 30-meter resolution data that gives regular updates at 30-meter resolution for everywhere on the planet around forest cover. And we work with the University of Maryland and Professor Matt Hansen, who then processes that Landsat data to then tell us where has forest loss occurred, and over time where is forest gain occurring as well. So with that, you have a spatially explicit definition of where forests have been lost. In fact, if you have a certain forest that you're interested in, and it could be as big as the Congo Basin, it could be as small as your backyard, you can draw a polygon on the Global Forest Watch map, and it will send you an email alert to say if there has been any forest clearing in that area based on alert systems. And so it's quite interesting in this way. So it's very spatially explicit as to where the forest clearing is happening, which then allows officials to be more proactive in reacting to that deforestation, to better understand what has happened in that area.